Hi everyone, my name is Monique,
And I'm Naveen from Before You Play.
and today we're going to be playing through a game that is currently on Kickstarter called Kinfire Council.
Yes, this game is designed by Kevin Wilson and published by Incredible Dream Studios, who are helping sponsor this playthrough. And in this game, we are back in the Kinfire Chronicles universe. We're taking on the roles of seekers who have been tasked with rebuilding this infrastructure of the city. We're trying to build up lighthouses and prevent the cultists from destroying them.
Yes, this is a worker placement game for 2 to 6 players that features a couple of twists. And so today we are going to start with a quick teach of the game, and then we'll go straight into our 2-player playthrough. If you'd like to jump around, we'll include timestamps in the description below.
Now, we do have to mention this is a prototype copy of the game, so things are subject to change in the future. If you are interested in the campaign, there is a link in the description, which you can check out at your leisure. Lastly, if you like these kind of videos and you want to see more in the future, please consider subscribing.
And with that, we are ready to begin. So, if it please direct your attention to the center of the table, we're all set up here for a 2-player game of Kinfire Council. Welcome to Dinlux.
There it is.
Now, like we were mentioning, in this game, we are seekers who are tasked with helping rebuild the city. And so over the course of the game, we're going to be sending out our workers to the various locations around the city in order to collect resources, gain influence, perform research, improve the various locations, and arrest the various cultists who might be trying to thwart our efforts. In addition, there's a political aspect to the game, because each round we're going to be voting on a couple of decrees that'll affect the gameplay, as well as fighting off threats and, of course, building lighthouses. And speaking of the lighthouses, the main object of the game is for us to construct them. And so they actually serve as the timer for the game. Before you play the game, you can decide as a group how many of the lighthouses you'd like to have in play, because it'll determine the length of game.
Yeah, 2 for a short game, 3, which is what we're playing for the standard, and then 4 for a longer.
Right. And so the way that the game works is the game is played over the course of several rounds, with each round representing one day that is broken up into 3 phases. The first phase is called Sun's Rise, and this is basically where we do all of the prep work for the round. During this phase, we'll be emptying out the coffers bowl, and we'll also draw 2 decree cards. And these are the decree cards that we're going to be voting on during the round.
Right.
So as an example, we have here public education, which is an order, and contraband seizure, which is also an order. Now, during the round, players will have the opportunity to place votes on these decrees, and whichever one has the most number of votes by the end of the round will pass, and you'll basically just resolve what the card says. Now, as you can see, there are a lot of different types of decrees in that deck. Some of them are orders, such as this, where if passed, you basically resolve the effect and discard them. Some of them are laws, which have ongoing abilities. So we'll discuss those in more detail as we play the game. And after drawing our decree cards, then the cultists will infiltrate the city. And so we have a bag that is filled with cultist tokens, numbered 1 through 18, which is basically all of the locations in the city, as well as 2 cultist leaders for a total of 20 tokens. Now, cultists are going to play a large role in this game, because each round, a minimum of 3 cultists will be blocking off location spots in the city. And each cultist that remains on the board by the end of the round will deal damage to the current lighthouse that we are trying to construct. In addition, each time a cultist damages the lighthouse, they are going to score victory points as well. So the cultist has their own victory point chit that will be tracking their points throughout the game. But the catch is that players can also partner with the cultists by gaining cult influence throughout the game. And so if at the end of the game, the cultists are the ones who have the most number of victory points, then the player who contributed the most amount of cult influence will be the winner. So there's a little bit of a twist there. And so it is in our best interest to try to arrest the cultists around the city, as you'll soon see. And so like I was mentioning, each round we're going to be putting out a minimum of 3 of these cultist tokens who are going to block out their corresponding locations for the round. And so in this example, we have cultist number 1, 7, and 11, which means this round, none of us can go to these locations. In addition, for each token drawn, we're also going to consult the threat board, which is also divided into 3 different thresholds numbered 1 through 18. For each token, we're going to check the corresponding space on the threat board, and if there is no card present, then we will draw one. And each card shows something bad that's going to happen to us. Now, one thing to note is this is a prototype copy of the game, and so a lot of the art as well as the text and the components have already been upgraded for the final copy, and so some of the cards in the deck are going to show work in progress. Now, the way that the threat cards work is each card has a number at the top left-hand corner, and so if at any point there is an equal number of trouble tokens on the card equal to that number, then you resolve the card. So these will not resolve immediately. And we will talk about what they all do as we play the game, because again, there is a wide variety of threat cards that are in the deck. Now, it's not all bad news, because we can protect against the threats by going to these locations and turning in the resources or requirements in order to thwart the threat card, and we'll gain victory points along the way. And we would do the same for the other 2 tokens. Now, since token number 7 doesn't have a card, we'll go ahead and place one there. But for token number 11, because a card is already present, we'll instead add a trouble token, which would be very bad news because we have now met the requirement, and in this case, the threat card would trigger. But that is essentially how putting out these cult tokens works, and we're going to be doing this every single round during the gameplay. Once that's done, then we move into the second phase called Day's Light, where we are going to be sending out our workers to take actions. During this phase, starting with the first player, on your turn, you're going to send out 1 of your 6 workers. Now, in higher player counts, you'll have fewer workers, but because we're playing a 2-player game, we play with the full 6.
Everybody. And in our playthrough, we're going to have 5 basic workers and 1 seeker who has special powers.
Right. And like I was mentioning, this is a prototype, and so the worker chits are going to have character prints on them as well. Now, in general, you play this phase like a standard worker placement game in the sense that you place out your worker and you resolve the action immediately. The difference is that in this game, there are 2 main locations. There's the city, which is the main board here, and then there's outside of the city, which consists of the threat board as well as the lighthouse. And as a general rule, only your seeker can go to locations that are outside the city, and that is why your seeker has a hexagon instead of a circular shape. But they may also go to city locations. Now, the city is divided into 3 tiers. We have the bottom, the middle, and the top tier. And so when sending out workers to the bottom tier, you don't have to pay anything extra. But when sending them to the middle tier, you always have to pay 1 coin in taxes. And in this game, whenever you pay specifically taxes, your coins will go into the coffer's bowl. And that is important because some abilities may give you the ability to take from the Coffer's Bowl. And by the way, the final production copy of the game will come with an actual Coffer's Bowl. The topmost tier of the city only has 3 locations, but to go there, you have to pay 2 coins in taxes. There are also these 3 bottom locations here that are considered open locations because any number of workers can go here, unlike the other spaces. Now, when placing out your worker, you have 2 options for what you can do on your turn. You can either resolve one of the actions at that location, because most of the locations have more than 1 option, or you can arrest an adjacent cultist. Now, adjacency in this game is just a location that is 1 number higher or 1 number lower than the location you are currently on. So because I'm at location 2, I can technically arrest the cultist who's in location 1. But again, I would not be able to take an action at my location. If you choose to arrest a cultist, you literally take the chit, and these cultist chits can be spent at certain locations in exchange for a reward. In addition, arresting these tokens will gain you 2 victory points.
And of course, at the end of the round, it'll prevent them from doing damage to our lighthouse.
Right. And again, adjacency has to do with the number values. And so if I had gone to this space as an example, I am not considered adjacent to this cultist because this is location 5 and this is cultist at location 7.
Right.
So it has to be 1 higher or 1 lower than the cultist value.
And that does not wrap, so 1 does not go to 18 and 18 does not go to 1.
Right. Now, we're not going to go over all of the location actions, but just so you know, in general, they're going to do things like gaining you additional coins or gaining you resources in the form of food, stones, and gems, which we will need in order to construct the lighthouse. In addition, some spaces will allow you to draw research cards, which are basically cards that you can play at any time on your turn that are always good. Some spaces also allow you to place a vote on the decree cards, and so in this game, we have influence tokens that will represent our votes, and each player starts the game with 3 of them that are available. In order for us to have more of them, we'll need to go to locations that will gain us our influence tokens. But once you've unlocked your influence tokens, then you have them for the rest of the game. In addition to placing votes on decree cards, influence tokens will be used to meet city needs. And so at the start of the game, we have 3 city needs that basically represent the things that the people need.
What the city needs.
Yes, they need food, right?
Yeah.
And so on your turn, in addition to placing out a worker, you can meet one of these city needs by turning in the type of resource that they need. And when doing so, you'll place one of your influence markers on the need that you've met, and at the end of the round, you'll score 1 victory point for having done so.
So in this case, our game starts with our city needing 3 food every single round.
Yes. These do not go away. We will have to fulfill these needs every single round. And there is a way to increase the amount of victory points that you'll get from them, but we'll explain that as we play the game. Some locations will also allow you to train your workers. And so in this game, there are 6 different abilities that you can assign to your workers, and they'll allow you to do things like the merchant that says when played, that worker does not pay taxes, which is fantastic if you'd like to send a worker out to the topmost locations here.
Sure.
And when you train a worker, you assign the token to that worker so that that specific worker will have that ability. The rest we'll explain as we play the game, but just so you know, each worker can only have at most 1 of these, and you cannot train your seeker because they've already come trained. They're seekers.
Sure.
In addition, we'll also have the ability to improve these locations by paying a certain amount of resources in order to flip over the location tile to its improved side. In order to do that, you'll need to go to the improved location open spot down here, and you'll have to pay the resource depending on what tier it's on. It'll also gain you a certain amount of victory points for doing so. And you'll have the option of becoming a patron by placing an influence token on that location. And now whenever an opponent goes to that location, you'll gain something for it. And so maybe we'll be able to do this during our gameplay. And that is pretty much all we need to know for the main board. As for locations outside of the city, these are pretty straightforward. Again, only your seeker can go there. And when going to the threat board, you're basically going there to try to thwart off a threat by paying the resources listed on the card in order to remove the card. But when you remove the card, you actually gain it because there are some city locations that'll allow you to trade in a threat card for something great. So keep that in mind. And finally, we have the lighthouse sites. Now, we are going to be constructing only 1 lighthouse at any given time. And these are different sheets that have different requirements for the 3 levels per lighthouse.
Yeah, we have a stack of 3. We've only flipped over the top one, so we really don't know what the next ones are going to be encompassing.
But each sheet always has 2 locations. One spot that just gains you resources, and the other spot that'll allow you to deliver 1 or more shipments to the lighthouse site, meaning you can build multiple levels of the lighthouse by just sending out your seeker, but you have to build the lighthouse from the bottom to the top. And for each segment that you're able to build, you'll score 5 victory points.
So for our first lighthouse, you can deliver a food and a stone. The next level is 2 cultists that you've arrested. And then the last one is a stone and magic, which is another type of resource we haven't spoken about.
Right. And otherwise, I believe that is essentially it. Anything that we didn't discuss on the board, we'll talk about as we play the game.
Sure.
Now, once all players have placed out all of their workers, then we go to the end of round phase called Night's Fall. During this phase, we'll resolve the city needs. And for each one of these, by the way, we did not meet. We're going to have to put out an additional cultist in the next round.
Yeah, no good.
We'll also resolve the decree cards. If the lighthouse has been completed at this point, then we actually get to construct one. And the player who built the topmost level gets to place out the literal lighthouse onto the city needs board. And now that spot is always considered met for the rest of the game. In addition, that player, if they have an available influence token, can assign it there, and they will automatically gain that victory point every single round without having to turn in a food. However, if at the end of the round, the lighthouse was not fully constructed and there are at least 3 trouble tokens on the lighthouse because the cultists attacked the lighthouse, did damage to it, then unfortunately the lighthouse is instead destroyed and we don't get to build it. No, this token actually gets placed at the bottom of the city needs track, making our track shorter because over the course of the game, we may have opportunities to have to add more needs tokens to the track, and the cultists will score 10 victory points. So that is something we're going to try to avoid.
But again, you only check for this at the end of the round.
Right. But that's essentially it. As soon as that's done, then we bring home all of our workers and we pass the first player marker. And we basically continue playing like this until the 3 lighthouses in our game have either been constructed or destroyed, hopefully constructed, but we'll see. At the end of that round, then we'll consult the victory points, and of course, whoever has the most points wins, but again, if the cultists win, then whoever contributed the most amount of cult influence is going to be the winner. They're actually called the conspirator.
Yep.
Now, the one thing that we didn't mention is there are opportunities on the main board that'll allow you to put out your influence markers into the cult influence area. The first person to do that becomes a conspirator, and their influence marker goes up here to indicate that. But as soon as another player is able to tie that player in terms of the amount of influence they have here, then they usurp the conspirator role, I suppose.
Sure.
But at the end of every round, you're going to lose 1 victory point for every influence you have in here.
So you definitely want to be sure that the cultists are winning if you're going to be doing this.
Right. But there you go. That is essentially how you play Kinfire Council. Now, we didn't go over every single thing, but anything that we missed, we'll be sure to do during the playthrough. So we're just going to go ahead and get cleaned up, and we'll get started with our playthrough.
Okay, everything is ready to go. We have reset everything and shuffled it all up. Monique is going to be going first. I will be going second. And so we have to introduce our asymmetric characters.
Yes. Each player has both a seeker as well as a counselor. And so my counselor is head of the Scholar's Circle. And so my ability here says when I draw 1 or more research card, I get to draw an additional 1 and then I discard 1. So I basically get to see more of them.
Okay.
During my turn, I can also discard a research card instead of spending a magic, which is a type of resource in the game.
Yeah.
And I can do that as much as I'd like. Now, as for my seeker, I have Naz over here, who you may recognize from the Kinfire universe. And Naz is a merchant. And so whenever I place out Naz, I do not have to pay taxes. So that is it for my my player setup. And because I'm going first, I only get 1 victory point and Naveen gets 2.
I do. Okay, so let's introduce my setup here. I am the head of the church. That is my counselor. And my special ability is during sunrise, so that very beginning of a round, whenever the money gets wasted from the coffers because of government waste and it's returned to the bank, I get them instead.
Ah.
So that's kind of interesting because your character,
seeker.
Naz, does not pay taxes, meaning you're not going to be contributing to the coffers as much with that particular character.
Right. Unfortunately, my other 5 workers do.
They do.
So I'll keep that in mind.
Yep. In addition to that, whenever I send supply shipments to the lighthouse for building, I gain 1 extra VP for every shipment I send.
Ah, I can sense a lot of lighthouse construction in your future.
Essentially, instead of 5 points, I'd get 6 points for every time I attempt to construct.
That's nice.
Now, my seeker is Core from the Kinfire universe, and Core is a guard. And so basically what a guard can do is they may be played in the same space as a cultist. So typically a space is blocked off because of that cultist, but the guard can actually go and capture them there and take the action that's depicted below.
Nice. And if you like what you hear, by the way, your other workers can be trained to be merchants and guards by going to certain locations and paying the fee. And by the way, each player starts the game with 3 coins. And again, we are playing the standard game, which means the game will end as soon as 3 lighthouses are constructed/destroyed. All right, and I believe that is everything. Are you ready to get started?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, here we go. Round 1. Sun's rise. First things first, there's no money in the coffers bowl, so we're going to skip that, and we're going to go straight to prepping the docket. So, Naveen, would you care to draw our 2 decree cards?
Decree cards. Here we go. Let's just go ahead and lay them out. So we have a law and an election.
Oh.
So the law says at the end of the game, each counselor gains 4 VP for every unspent gem they have.
Oh.
So if you hoard gems, then you get a lot of VP if this is in play.
Okay.
The election here says at sun's rise each round, this card owner gains a coin. Wow.
Ah, and the person who is the lead sponsor gets to keep the card. And
do.
the lead sponsor is the player who contributed the most amount of votes. In the case of a tie, the player who has the speaker's medallion gets to break the tie, even if they did not vote.
Wow.
All right, so now we're going to unleash the cult. I have drawn 3 tokens.
Okay, we have 6, 14, and
6.
12, which is great because they're all in their own unique
They're
little
in
branches.
different
Yeah,
thresholds.
okay.
All right, so let's go ahead and put them out. We have 6 at this location, and we're going to draw a threat card.
Okay.
This is Whisper Campaign.
Okay.
So if triggered, that is, as soon as there are 3 trouble tokens on the card, each counselor loses an influence. And the cult gains 10 victory points. But you can thwart the threat by turning in 2 cultist tokens, 2 coins, and gaining 6 victory points.
Ooh,
So
that's tough because the
that's hard.
second building requires you to arrest and turn in 2 cultists. So it's like one of us is going to do one and
the other one does
other one
that.
do the other.
Yeah, we can divide and conquer.
You get 6 points for doing it, so it's not bad. Yeah.
That is true.
Okay.
All right, we have number 14.
Okay.
So we're going to draw a threat card for that as well.
Tunnel
Rasp. So if triggered, so that's 2 trouble tokens, deal a damage to the lighthouse, and each counselor discards all of their
Stone. Oh.
So you can turn in 2 gems,
gems.
to thwart that for 5 victory points.
Okay.
And finally, we have
12, I got it.
location 12 and a new threat card for there as well. Mothling Frenzy.
Okay.
If triggered, you deal damage to the lighthouse, and each counselor must discard all of their magic.
Okay.
2 gems as well for 6 victory points.
So now a research for you acts as magic, but I don't
Yes.
think you have to discard your research cards.
Yeah, I have the option of discarding research cards, but I'm not required to. I can still spend magic as usual.
Right.
All right, so let's go ahead and move into Day's Light. And so, starting with me, we're going to start putting out our workers and taking actions. So, we definitely need to arrest these cultists.
Sure.
Unfortunately, 2 of them are in areas that will require us to pay taxes. So, I guess I could send out my Seeker to do that.
You could.
But I also like the ability of your Seeker. So I'm
guard?
thinking I'd like to train one of my workers to be a guard so that I don't have to worry about sacrificing a location's ability in order to arrest.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to send out worker A. This is Hawk.
Hawk.
And I'm sending them to location number 5. This is the Seashore Gym is the action I'm going to be taking.
So you're not going to arrest, right? Because 5 to 6 is an arrestable thing. But
Right. I have to choose either to arrest or to take the action at that location.
Yep.
Is that bad? I'm using one of
You're
the 2
forcing me to be the
spots.
one to do it? That's
Yes,
fine.
please.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at this location, I can spend 1 coin in order to train this worker to be either a spy or a guard. So the guard ability is the one that Naveen has here that says you can play it in the same space.
Yeah,
And
essentially
basically-
you can go to 6 now and actually arrest them and take the action there.
Yes,
Yeah.
so I really like that. And the opposite side of the guard tokens is the spy that says when played, you can return an adjacent cultist to the bag to gain 3 victory points and cast a vote. So that's
Wow,
also
that's actually
nice.
pretty good.
But I think I'm going to go with the
Yeah,
guard because
okay.
early I kind of want to take the actions of the spaces. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's going to be assigned to specifically that worker.
Yeah, so that effect really comes into effect on the next round.
Yes.
Because they're already
Right.
activated.
Right. And the coin that I pay is going to go into the supply, not into the coffers, because again,
Yeah.
the coffers are just for taxes.
And again, for me, that's not good. I
Nice
wanted that.
trying,
Yeah,
Naveen.
I wanted it in the coffers. Yeah.
All right. So now it is to you.
To me, okay. So even though I have the guard,
Yeah.
right here, what I would get here at the Seekers Guild is I would pay a coin to be able to pay to thwart off one of these threats.
Yes.
We have nothing. I have nothing to be able to do that. I don't have enough arresting.
Yeah.
No gems, so it doesn't make sense for me to put this out. But I will arrest them.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead because I want to get some of these going. So I'm gonna go to 7 here.
Okay.
And 7 is adjacent to 6.
Mm-hmm.
So Loke is going to be arresting cultist number 6.
Okay.
So this is
you
going to
gain
come to
the
me.
token.
I gain the token. Anytime you arrest them, you get 2 victory points. So I'm going to go ahead and get 2.
Nice.
And now I've done my duty. Yeah, you do yours.
What are you trying to say?
I've done- like,
There's
we have
some
to deal with these people.
Passive aggressiveness going on.
This is not a cooperative game,
so
by the way.
early.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not co-op. All right. So then back to me. I'm going to send out worker Sharon.
Okay.
B, worker B,
Sure.
over to location number 2. And so, if you did not join us for the teach, this is a prototype copy of the game. Things may be small to read, and so we're just going to be reading out all of the locations as we play.
Yep.
And just so you know, all of the location actions and descriptions are going to be more legible in the final copy of the game.
Sure, yeah.
All right, so then at location 2, I can either work a nearby farm and gain a coin and a food or 2 food. Or I can do the low garrison action, which allows me to take a coin and move a trouble token from one threat card to another. So
That's not
obviously
a-
I'm
yeah.
going to do the other one.
Okay.
And I'm going to gain 2 food.
Yeah,
We need
2
a lot
food.
of food right now.
So you're doing 2 food instead of the coin and food, correct?
I'm doing, yes.
Okay.
Yes, so 2 food. Should I meet a city need? I think I will. So on your turn, in addition to taking the action with your worker, you can meet 1 city need. So we need 3 food. I'm going to turn in 1 food now
Okay.
and place one of my available influence tokens there to indicate that I've met the need. There you go.
Solid.
I'm going to gain 1 victory point for that at the end of the round.
Right.
Now, there are locations, such as location 10, that allow you to trade specifically a threat card that you've thwarted in exchange for a sentry. And a sentry token basically gives you an additional victory point each time you meet a city need.
Mm-hmm.
But that is my turn, so now it is back to you.
Okay, I think I'm going to send the guard out.
Oh,
I think
so
I
soon.
might send the guard here and pay some taxes, and then I can take this action and also get rid of that cultist over there.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna send my guard. So this is legal because
Yes.
it is a guard. It's gonna cost me 1 coin in taxes.
To the coffers.
Hopefully I can get that back as my ability in the future. And then I'm gonna go ahead and arrest this cultist. So now I have 2 of them. which is great.
You do have 2.
That's another 2 victory
It
points.
is another 2 victory
1,
points.
2. And then I can take the action there that's depicted, so I can either get 2 stone or 1 food and 1 gem. I'll go with the food and gem.
Let's do it. And 1 gem.
Food. Knowing that gems are required for those 2 other threats, it would be nice to at least have that kind of, something I can deal with.
Wow.
And since I have food and the city has some food needs, I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. So let's go ahead and turn that right back in.
You are doing your
And
part.
then I am doing my part. And then this is going to go and sit right there.
We just need one more.
One more food.
One more food to meet and 1 more cultist to arrest. Who's gonna do it?
I've done 2, so I think maybe you should do it.
It's expensive. You did the free one, and if I go and pay a tax, you're gonna get my.
You can send your
coin back.
merchant out. You can send your merchant to Space 11.
That's true, but I can't help with the threats or building of the. Well, I guess that's not true. You can build the lighthouse
yes.
via this trade route.
route.
You just have to spend an extra coin to do that. All right. Well, if you insist, I shall do the thing. I'm sending my seeker out to location 11.
Okay.
Because my seeker, Naz, is a merchant, I do not pay taxes, so I don't have to pay there. But I'm just going to arrest this cultist. Cultist number 12.
There you go, you get 2. So now the cultists are dealt with.
Yes.
I give you your 2 points.
Thank you.
And so unlike the guard, you do not get to take the action here.
I can't.
The guards will be able to do that.
But I can still turn in this food here. Do I want to do that? I'm going to hold on to my food.
Okay.
I can decide that later. You don't have any food.
I don't
with you
have it right now, but
although-
I could get it and then deal with it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. So let's since you didn't, I will. Let's go ahead and go over here. I'm gonna
Okay.
take 2 food, one of which I'm gonna contribute right now, right over there.
Okay.
So
well,
I'll just
there's
take one, yeah, and then my influence will go on to that.
Gosh.
There we go.
Well, you snooze, you lose, I guess.
Yep.
That's okay because I'm actually reserving this food for something else that is more important. Are you done with your turn?
That was it.
All right, so then it goes to me. I'm sending out Grint to location number 3, which allows me to take the boardwalk action, which is either a stone or 2 food, or I can go to the Red Gull and spend 3 coins in order to put an influence marker in the cult influence, and I gain 4 victory points. What kind of a place is the Red Gull?
Yeah.
That's the question. But anywho, I'm going to go to the boardwalk, and I'm going to choose to gain a stone.
Okay.
So there you go. I have a food and a stone, which is what
seems to be what needs to be
lighthouse
done there. So
needs.
that means you have to go to the trade routes because you've already
do.
sent out your seeker, so you can't go outside of the city.
Right. Oh, this is a good spot.
It is a
the
great spot,
forest
yeah.
market.
Yeah.
This gains you 1 gem and 2 coins.
Yeah.
But we've already used our seekers.
We
so.
have.
All right, goes back to you.
Okay, I think it's tax time. Jade is going to go to space 15 over here. We're
time.
going to go to the common gate. Now, because this is in that second tier, I do
Yeah.
have to pay 1 coin for
Ah,
the coffers.
tax time.
But because I am the head of church, I'm going to get half of this
Yes.
back to me. So I'm going to get that 1 coin back.
Yes, at the start of the next round.
Next round, yeah. Okay, so the common gate, I'm going to take the top action there. I can either take 2 coins and a stone or 1 magic.
Yes.
Man, I'm going to
So
take...
you're doing that one?
I'm definitely taking
Because
that.
the other option is the Penumbra Academy, which lets you pay 1 coin, and this worker becomes a merchant or a noble.
I know, it's just...
You do not pay taxes.
I don't pay taxes with them.
But if you gain a magic, the
See, the problem
lighthouse
is I
requires
kind of don't mind paying taxes because I get half the siphon back. So I don't know, but I'm going to take a magic.
Okay.
Yes, I will take magic. All right, so let's get myself some magic. So magic is kind of this symbol, the coins. So I'm going to kind of keep them separated so I don't make mistakes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
There
yes,
we
yes. All right, it is back to me, and I am realizing that we have not been casting votes. So
Dealing with the city issues.
we are. We're so distracted by these cultists, geez, that we haven't been voting. So I only have 2 workers left. I know what I'm going to do with one of them.
Okay.
And so I think before the spot gets taken, I am going to go to, let's see, you only have 1 influence left, right? So you can only
yes.
cast at most 1 vote.
Because I have handled the city needs.
You did. You're going to be rewarded handsomely for it. I'm going to go to location number 9. So I do have to pay taxes, which is unfortunate. So that goes
Yeah.
into the coffers. But this is Mace, by the way.
Mace, okay.
And at location 9, I can go to the market gate, which lets me cast 1 vote. There's a thumbs up symbol,
Yep.
and I gain a stone. Or I can go to the market garrison and turn in a sentry, which I don't have, in exchange for gaining a cult influence and 10 victory points.
Yeah.
Wow, it's a lot. But I'm definitely going to cast a vote. And I think between these 2, I would like to to receive special funding.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I want to be the lead sponsor.
Especially
on
this
that.
early in the game. I mean,
So I'm going to just place it underneath the
no
cards
problem,
so that you
since
can
it's yellow.
kind of
Yeah.
see it. And you're technically supposed to place these in the docket, which is above the board, but we're just placing them here so it's easier to view.
space-saving technology.
Yes. Okay. I also gain a stone. So lest we forget. All right. That's me. So now it goes back to you.
I don't like that. I want
It's just
that.
one coin. You get the coffers. This card says at sun's rise each round, this card's owner gains 1 coin.
That's great.
Just one.
It's first round. It's like
You
the
get
best
half
time.
of the coffers bowl
Well,
every round.
half of the coffers bowl right now is 1 coin because
Exactly.
we only have, Okay, I'm a little jealous of stone, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and take this action here. So I'm going to go to Isabel's Emporium.
Mm-hmm.
It's either take 1 coin or stone. I'll take stone.
Okay.
And then the other one, I could turn in one of my arrested cultists for either a gem or 3 coins. And then the very bottom one is, or I can turn in a thwarted
Threat?
for either magic or another influence. So
Yes.
that would have been very nice right now to
If
have
you
more
had
influence.
a threat. But
Yeah,
getting an influence is nice because you never lose it.
permanent.
It's just in your stock now.
There you go. So,
All right. Well, then it is back to me for my final action of the round.
okay.
And I think I'm going to try to help build this lantern, right? So I'm going to go to the trade routes. I have to spend a coin to do this because I'm not sending my seeker out directly to the lantern.
Okay.
And the trade route says you can send 1 or more supply shipments to the lighthouse site. Now, this might not actually be a very good idea for me because I suppose it does allow you to fully construct the lighthouse.
It does.
But delaying it a turn just puts it at risk of the cultists damaging it. You know what I
Right, yeah.
mean? So the name of the game is building this lighthouse. It still scores me points. Let's do it. So here's a coin.
Coin. Okay.
So, no, that goes
Oh,
to the
sorry.
supply.
Supply.
Wow. You got to keep an eye on the coffers
I'm the
bowl.
Monopoly banker.
Oh
I'm
my
taking
goodness.
200
Can I have
bucks.
I'll take
You
the,
want the coins?
supply.
Oh,
Yeah.
all
I'm going to
right.
put it off to my side here.
All right.
Okay. So I've paid my fee, and now I'm going to build the bottommost section of the lighthouse, which requires a food and a stone.
Food and stone.
So those go
Off
out.
they go. So then we are going to be placing this bottom segment here. Boom. So you are going to get 5 victory points.
Yes.
And now you have, what is that? 8. Okay. Very good.
Thank you. That is it for my turn. I'm done for the round, actually.
Okay. Well, since I have 1 coin, I'm going to do this now. So I'm going to go with my last worker. Since you've unlocked this ability here, I'm going to go ahead and run the whole thing. So I'm going to go to the trade routes. It's going to cost me 1 coin to be able to do this. This
Okay.
will go to the supply.
Yes.
All right. And then I am going to turn in these 2 arrested cultists.
Yes.
So they're out.
They're out.
Okay. And then so that's going to place this one on top. And what's great about this is because I'm the head of the church, when sending supply shipments to the lighthouse site, you gain +1 VP for each shipment you send.
Okay.
So that's going to be 5 + 1, 6. So we go from 6 to 12. And then I do have the next thing that's necessary, which is going to be stone and that magic I picked up earlier. So those 2 go out. And we are going to build our very first lighthouse in the first round. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Okay, so
We've
that's-
completely ignored
yeah.
the threats.
We
which is
did,
not
yeah.
great, but
I had 2. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did have towards that, so I kind of did ignore that. Okay, so that's another construction. So it's going to be, again, my math is 5 + 1, so
Yeah.
it's going to be 6. So we go up to 18.
I might have forgotten the +1, but
plus
I
one.
need to not let you just completely build the lighthouses here because now I'm getting a bit walloped.
Yep.
But the cultists are going to go here. They don't go back into the bag until the bag resets.
Right.
All right. We have put out all of our workers, so that ends the phase, and now we are going to go into Night's Fall. So first we resolve the city needs. For each one that has been met, the players will get 1 victory point +1 for each sentry, which neither of us have.
No sentries.
So I am going to gain 1 point.
Okay.
And then you
2 for
gain
me,
2.
yeah.
So 18 to 20. Uh-oh. This is 20 to 9? That's
to 9.
bad.
It's okay.
And we gain our influence tokens
Yeah, they
back,
come back to our board.
to our boards. So there's that.
There we go.
Then we'll resolve the docket. So I think there was a smashing victory here.
1-0.
1-0. So the special funding card
yours.
is elected. So if passed, the lead sponsor gets to keep this card, and at sun's rise each round, I gain a coin.
Yeah,
So
nice
it's
little
gonna keep
passive
that-
coin every round.
that in
That's
front
great.
of me. Yeah, that is really nice.
That's really good.
I was kind of worried. I was worried in that moment about not having any money. So that's when I saw the card and
Yeah.
I seized the opportunity.
You
Okay.
did.
And the card that doesn't get passed just gets discarded.
Yep.
So now we're going to actually construct the lighthouse. So because you placed the top on the lighthouse, you're
Right.
supposed to take one of the unconstructed
Right.
tokens.
All right.
And now you get to place the lighthouse out into the city.
There they go.
You've done it.
Yeah.
Along with one of your influence tokens. Because every round, you're just going to get a victory point for this, and you don't actually have to turn in a food.
Yeah.
Now, Naveen does not have to leave his influence marker here. If he finds that he is short of one,
Yeah, maybe there's a vote that I'm like, man, I could really use that extra one that I
Yeah.
could pull down from there.
yes, he will no longer get the point for that, but this need will still be considered met from round to round.
Now we're done with constructing this lighthouse, so we are going to remove all of these tokens, and then we are going to discard this one and then reveal the very next one. So
We're gonna
what
have a new
are
lighthouse.
we up against?
This is
Okay.
lighthouse number 2.
All right, Olander. So this one is going to require gem. Okay, there we go. I got gem.
Oh, you have gem?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have gem.
But 2 stone. That I
stone.
don't have.
Okay.
Okay.
And then
the next
a
one is a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. And there is the library of Olander. Hey, that's a nice
That's
spot.
good for you.
You gain a research card and you can vote.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Next, we resolve the cult. So at this point, any players who have cult influence will lose 1 victory point for each influence marker in there. Neither of us have joined the cult yet.
Nope.
Also, if the current lighthouse has at least 3 trouble tokens on it, then it would get destroyed, but we're good with that as well. And finally, if any cultists were left in the city, then they also deal damage to the lighthouse and they'd get discarded. But we also don't have to worry about that. So now let's just go ahead and take back our hard workers.
All
I
right.
have Naz here.
Seeker comes back.
And I'm all of the yellow pieces.
Okay.
And we are going to end by passing the
All
the
right,
first
so
player marker.
I
So
can
you
win
are
on
now-
ties.
Yes.
That's what you're saying?
You can break ties.
Okay.
So
I'll
it
take
is
that.
a little bit concerning. All right, and that is it for the first round. Shall we move on to the next round?
Sure.
Okay, here we go with Sun's Rise. First, I now receive special funding.
You do?
So I'm going to gain
Coin?
1 coin.
Yeah.
So, because it is Sun's Rise, my only coin, actually. And now, for the first time, we are going to waste the coffers, but not really.
We have government waste here, so basically half rounded down. So it's only going to be 1 is going to get wasted. Now, normally this would go back to the bank.
Yes.
But because I'm the head of church, during Sun's Rise, when coins from the coffers are returned to the bank, you take them instead. So I have my own little way.
There you go. So
you
you
go.
also had special funding. So now we prep the docket. So we get 2 more decree cards.
One,
and Naveen, pay
2.
close attention to these
Ooh,
ones.
these are crises.
Uh-oh.
Both of them.
Oh, so the thing with crises
no.
is they are bad things that will happen unless they are passed. And it's
Oh.
just kind of hilarious that they're
of
both
'em.
crises. So one of them is definitely going to pass, you know?
Oh no. If not passed, city needs are increased by 2 coins.
Oh,
If not passed, city needs are increased by magic, which is you.
yeah.
You are the magic person.
Yeah, so maybe we pass that one. Coins are hard. That is hard. Coins are going to be hard. 2 coins?
So pass this one. Yeah.
So
we
pass-
this needs to get passed.
Pass this and let this fail, and I can do my best
You
to try
can
to
do
meet
your
the
best
magic
because
need.
at least you'll get a point every
probably
time you do it.
Still need your help,
Oh my
but
gosh. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Ooh. All right, so then we are going to unleash the cult. So
3 new ones.
3 new ones come out.
All right. What do we got?
We have 16,
16, 11, and
11,
5.
and 5.
Okay.
And we have full threat cards here.
We do,
So
yep.
we're definitely going to be putting on problem
5 goes
tokens.
here.
Sorry.
No worries.
5.
So
we're
we have
going
to
to
put one.
add a token to the Whisper campaign.
We are
11. 1 goes on Mothling Frenzy.
okay.
That's kind of fun to
16,
say.
yeah.
Mothling Frenzy. And then 16,
Yeah.
which means, oh, that's nice. It's a nice spread.
it is.
So this is
It's gonna pop soon.
this one.
Yeah.
So what happens? If triggered, you deal 1 damage and each counselor discards all of their stones. Just
Stone.
make sure you've spent
That's
your
horrible
stone
because stone is needed for
before,
this.
before this
You know,
happens.
I'm 1 gem away. I might think about doing something about that instead of doing it here.
Well,
I don't know.
it is your turn because I believe we are now done with the phase.
True.
And you are the current first player.
Current first player. Okay, so let's see. Well, I was really hoping to convert somebody into a spy,
Okay.
but this place is blocked, and I can, even though I have a guard that is my seeker.
Yeah.
You
You
can't.
cannot-
you can't. Yeah, you can't convert them.
Because
so that's
it trains
a bummer.
that worker
That is a
that
bummer.
you place out. So you can arrest this cultist first and then use another worker
Good.
to
It's
go
a lot-
there.
it's a lot
It
of
is
work.
multi-step.
Okay, I only have 1 coin, but I'm going to send Loke out to 14 over here.
Okay. Necessities.
So it's the same one that I did earlier. So I'm going to spend my coin. It's going to go to the coffers.
Yes, for the taxes.
And I will take food and a gem. Exactly what I have here. I'll take another set of them.
Set of that?
Yep.
Okay. So food and gem. It was either food and gem or two stone.
2 stone, yeah.
So you went with that instead.
I went with that.
Are you going to meet any city needs?
I only need 1 vote, right? So, okay. So yes, I will meet 1 city need. Here goes the food.
Okay.
And then let's go ahead and just put this out there. Oh, my seeker has fallen.
All right. Done?
That's it.
Well, I think I need more money. I have 1 coin, but 1 coin is not quite enough because you spend 1 coin in taxes already.
Yep.
So I'm going to send out my guard worker to location 5
it's a perfect
because
spot.
now I can arrest the cultist and take an action there.
Okay, so you get 2
I get
2 victory points, so 9
victory
to 11.
points. Thank you.
And that's because that particular A is a guard from
it's
your
a
previous
guard.
round.
Right. And now I'm going to take the tumbles action, which just gets me 2 coins. It's either 2 coins or I can vote.
Yeah, that's
you
good.
and I are sort of playing chicken on voting.
I only have 1 influence left, so I mean...
But I don't want to spend a whole, like we should both, I don't know, how are we going to do this? Are we going to let them both fail?
I mean, no. I mean, we cannot afford to have this fail because then this is just it would just get overrun.
Yeah, it would be
that's
pretty
wild.
bad.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess we still have some time anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So that is it for me. So it goes back to you.
Okay, I'm also feeling the burn of the no coins, so I'm gonna send out B Thum
Yes.
to the fishing fleet. I'm just gonna pick up 2 coins, please.
So this location number 1 is great because there are so many options. You can either gain 2 coins or 2 food at the fishing fleet, or you can trade at sea and basically turn in a resource for a lot of something else. Like you can just sell a gem for 4 coins if you wanted to.
Yep.
All right, well, back to me. I think I'm going to send out my seeker to the threat board
Okay.
because I think I have enough to thwart this threat. So the Whisper campaign requires us to turn in 2 cultist tokens and 2 coins.
Okay, there you
So
go.
I have
Nice.
2 tokens and 2
coins,
coins.
yep.
So now this has been thwarted.
you get,
I gained
what, 6 points?
6 victory points.
11 to 17. All right, there you go.
There we go.
There we go.
And now I have this
Uh-oh.
to use for trading. There are certain spaces that allow you to trade in threat cards for stuff, like at the Crimson Exchange.
Yeah, Crimson Exchange.
I can turn in 1 for 2 magic, or I can gain a sentry token, or I can gain 2 of my influence tokens. Ooh.
Okay, I'm going to send Jade out, and Jade is on a mission to get food and coin. So we're going to the work at a nearby farm.
So that's where Jade went?
Yeah, 1 coin, 1 food, and you know what? I think I'm going to contribute this food, Monique,
To the city?
To the city. I think the city needs me.
You're just so giving.
That means,
You're so good
Monique,
at that.
it is on you to vote down these things.
What?
You have so much influence.
What?
You have influence.
You used your influence for yourself, Naveen.
I mean-
maybe I'm just gonna let them pass,
Then we're both going to have to deal with it.
or not pass. Then we both have to deal with it. Yes.
Yeah. You know, actually, I am not going to fulfill this need right here.
Oh, you're not?
Yeah, I'm not. I can always do it a little later if I need to.
Oh, okay.
Because I might.
I'm not going to get any food.
I might. Yeah. Well, if you get 1 point out of it, it's fine. But I might need this for something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, back to me. I think it is time for me to utilize my counselor.
Okay.
Neither of us have been drawing research cards, so I'm going to go to location 8.
Okay.
And here I can take the Scholar's Circle action, which allows me to basically spend a coin to take a research card. Because I'm head of the Scholar's Circle, when I draw 1 or more, I draw an additional one.
There you go.
But then I'm going to discard
So you get
one.
to choose which one.
Yes, and I can use these in place of magic. So that's nice.
That is good.
Okay, I'm going to discard this one.
Okay.
And again, research cards can be played at any time on your turn to just do what it says. So there you go.
Okay. I think I'm gonna do something very expensive.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Exciting.
Yeah, exciting. So here we go. I am going to go and send my Guard Seeker Corps out to 16. We are going to arrest them for free. So this comes to me. I get 2 victory points for that. So that's going to go to 22. And then now I can take the action that's there. So what did that say? Lins.
So it's either 2 food and 2 stone, or a food, a vote,
Yes.
and a gem.
Exactly. So I don't know if you were going to vote at all. So I think I'm going to have to handle it. So I'm going to do...
Well, after I complained.
well,
Sorry.
Yeah.
So you're doing the vote one. So
Yeah.
it's a food.
a food, a thumbs up, which is why I didn't contribute to the food here. Because I only have 3 of them total.
Okay.
So
You are truly the nice one.
these 2, I know. I know. There we go. And then this will, I'm going to do this one because money, we don't want to deal with that. So,
Okay.
okay. So this is, as of right now, passing.
Okay. Very
so that
good.
means magic's going to be a problem, meaning you have cards.
I do have cards.
And you can use them as magic.
That's true.
This is not a co-op, but that's something. And before I forget, I do have to pay 2 in taxes,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
which is going to come back to me in the
went to the
future.
very-
So let's just keep this down here.
Very topmost there.
Yeah.
All
There
right.
it is.
All right. Well, it is back to me. And I think I'm just going to take a simple turn. Seeing as I'm the only one who has the influence markers and you sacrificed yours to vote,
I did.
I'm going to go to the boardwalk, location number 3.
Okay.
I can take either 2 stone or 2 food. I'm going to take 2 food,
Okay.
one of which I'm going to spend to meet that last city need so
It's
that
worth the victory point.
we don't have to put out a 4th
yeah.
cultist.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad having
Yeah.
to do that. So, okay, that is me. That's back to you.
I'm a little concerned about this one right here since we're really like money.
Yeah. Are you going to, what do you think?
Well, the thing is that has one on there. The next one on there is a big problem.
Yes, it's true.
So it would be a damage and then you would lose your stone. So it's in my best interest
Okay.
to let that happen.
I will take them.
You're going to take them?
Yeah.
Okay. All right then. If you're going to do that, then I will go ahead and take there it is. I'm going to take the Seekers Guild. So this one is going to be spend a coin and then I can pay the cost to thwart off one of those threats. So
Yeah, so this is basically a location in the city
Yep.
that acts as if you're going to the threat area, but you just have to pay a coin as a fee.
so there's my coin.
There's your coin.
And then the one that's more impending right there. Yeah.
The
So
tunnel rasp.
tunnel rasp. Yeah. So I'm going to spend my 2 gems. Off they go.
Nice.
And we have taken care of that problem.
Nice, very good. This goes to you, and you get 5 victory points.
You get
It's
5
a
points
pretty
out
nice
of it. Yeah.
payday.
Who am I?
So-
Teal to 27.
Yes.
There we go. Okay, so now I can use this in the future as a resource
Yeah.
to do things.
You can trade it here at the Crimson Exchange. That's for 2 magic or
Need some money.
a sentry or
money.
2 influence. You've been short on influence now that you're meeting city needs.
I do need influence.
Okay, so then it goes back to me, and I have promised to handle this cultist,
Do your part.
but I don't have any money. So I think the only place I can go to is Isabel's Emporium
Oh, I see.
for 1 coin. Oh, awful. Too bad the fishing fleet is taken.
I took it.
But there we go. The 1 coin that I'm going to have to spend to arrest the
Yeah.
cultist.
Well, since I have no money,
Yeah?
I'm gonna have to go to the one of the few free spots here. So I'm gonna take just a stone. Just gonna
the
go right
horseshoe
here at the
market?
horseshoe market.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and get myself a stone.
There you go.
There we go. Perfect.
All right. Well, now it's back to me, and it doesn't really matter where I go with my last worker, just as long as they're adjacent. So I'll go there. I'm gonna pay
Pay
you.
the taxes. Oh, that's
and-
a perfect divide by 2. I like
I'm
it.
gonna. Wow, you're gonna get 3 coins.
I'm gonna get 3 coins out
so
of that.
good.
Yeah.
I'm arresting the cultist, so
Very
I
good.
get
2 points.
2 points.
Yep.
Okay. And I believe that is it for the phase because all of our workers are out. So let's go into Night's Fall. And let's go ahead and start by meeting the city needs. So you have a lantern here with your influence token. So you automatically get a point for that.
Yep.
And you'll gain another one for meeting that second
And then
need.
you met that one.
Oh, yes.
there you go.
Yes, thank you. We can go ahead and take these back.
Yep.
We are going to pass this decree, the
Yeah.
funding shortfall, which is good for that because we don't have to deal with that crisis. But unfortunately, that
We do have
means
to deal with that one.
we have to deal with this.
So
So
that means we add magic to
Yeah.
the city needs. So every round, we need to contribute magic, unfortunately, to that.
that is unfortunate.
And I get no benefit for being the one that helped offset
No,
this.
thank you. Thank you so much.
So as you know, unbelievable.
Then we would build the lighthouse, but it is not built. So let's
Yep.
resolve the cult. Still, nobody has influence. We have handled all the ones on the board.
We did.
Nobody deals any damage to the lighthouse. So then our workers head home. So let's go ahead and bring
on
back
back.
our workers. And we are going to pass the first player marker.
Yeah,
So
here you go.
thank
There
you.
you go.
So now it's me.
Yeah, it's back to you. So don't forget your seeker.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, we're ready to go into the next round. We have built 1 lighthouse. We did nothing towards the next lighthouse, but it didn't get damaged, so I guess that's
We've done some
okay.
prep. We
Yeah.
needed to thwart some threats.
Yeah, we did,
okay.
yeah.
So let's start with gaining my 1 coin for
Sunrise.
my special funding.
Yeah, we got
during
government
Sunrise.
waste here. So there's a total of
Yes.
6. So I'm going to get the half that's supposed to go to the bank. Comes to me.
So nice.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, we get 2 new decrees.
2 new
Let's see
decrees.
what we are.
No crises,
we're having
please.
to worry about.
Okay, we
no
have
crises.
an order and an election. So let's talk about the election. At Sun's Rise, each round, this card owner gains food. That's
Oh.
great towards this.
Yeah, Nice.
Order, resolve and discard if passed. If passed, spend 3 coins from the coffers.
Oh,
If there's not enough, cancel this decree.
interesting. Wait, there's more.
The lead sponsor chooses one location and upgrades it for free.
Wow.
Oh, no.
That's
no,
a
no.
great,
No.
great,
That's great for you.
order. Oh my goodness.
Uh,
So let's unleash the cult.
all right.
So we have
What do
3 tokens.
see.
Looks like a 4,
18,
a 10, and an 18.
10 for. Good thing I
So-
got rid of that threat out there.
Let's put out 18,
18's all the way up there. Yeah.
and we get a new threat
Yeah.
card.
That would have been it.
That would have been it. Crop
Oh.
Blight. When drawn, immediately triggers, adding a food to city needs.
Oh, great.
So
no, that's great.
There's that. This is going to get discarded, but now we do
on.
have an additional city need. And just so you know, if we've ever filled the entire column, then we start adding a second token to each space. So it'll get bad if we
Yeah.
don't build the lighthouse quickly.
Okay. 4 is the next one. So let's put this out here.
And we get another card.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Herd of monsters. If triggered, you deal 2
2 damage,
damage. And
It's
you,
worth 8 victory points. So
it is
that's-
eight victory points
And magic you need to spend.
and 2 stone.
Magic is one of these things
That
that
is
we need
true.
here.
So
Okay.
I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
10.
Last one is 10.
So we're going to add a token to
We're
that.
going to add a token to that. That is 1 away from triggering.
What's
and
the penalty on that again?
if triggered, you deal 1 damage, and each counselor must discard all of their magic. Oh,
I don't have magic.
that's not good. So then, starting with me, let's go into Day's Light.
Oh, you know what? I think I made a mistake. I think I pulled off my influence marker.
Ah,
here.
yes, that's
Yeah,
supposed to stay.
Should definitely want to keep that there.
All right. Well, I guess I'll take the first turn.
Okay.
And I don't have use for this specific cultist right now.
Okay.
So I guess I'll send out my guard to Isabella's Emporium. So I don't have to pay any taxes, and I can capture this cultist right now.
Okay.
Gain 2 points.
Yeah.
Yellow,
What do you got?
please.
20 to 22. Very good.
And then I can use the ability for free, or I can use the ability as well.
Okay.
So I'm going to spend a cultist in exchange for a gem. I
Gem.
traded in a cultist for a gem at Nara's Bounty House.
Very good.
So, and here we go.
There's your gem.
And I'm going to meet a city need.
Yeah, okay.
Because we have a lot of them. So I'm spending a food.
Do we have enough
And
influence to like
We're,
vote, handle this, and
I don't know, we need to gain more influence too, I think.
yeah. Okay, I think I'm gonna send out my guard. Let's go ahead and arrest the person at 10.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get this. I get 2 victory points. So we go to 31.
Nice.
And then I will take this bottom action here. So I'm gonna discard my threat card that I satisfied previously,
Yes.
and I'm gonna take 2 more influence. So
2 influence?
2 influence.
Oh, nice.
'Cause that's what it
That's
says.
great.
It's either 2 magic, which is
Yeah.
kind of nice for our situation here. 2 influence, or one of these sentry cards. Honestly, sentry cards are great and all, but
They're great for you because you have one
one
for
in.
sure. This would turn this into 2 points.
yeah. Speaking of turning in the city needs, I'm gonna go ahead and turn in one of our food needs.
Okay.
So now that I have influence to do this, and there we go.
That's pretty good.
And before I forget, I must pay my taxes.
Ah, yes. Oh my goodness.
lest we forget.
I'm not on top of that.
Yeah.
All right, well, it is back to me, and I'm going to do a simple action. I'm setting up my worker to location 3 to take the boardwalk action, which is just getting 1 stone. So there's that. And I'm wondering, because we are, the likelihood of this happening next round is pretty high.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world, though. I don't know that we necessarily need to focus on it, because if this triggers, you only deal 1 damage to that card, but each counselor will have to discard all of their magic. So it's really not the end of the world.
It is worth 6 points though to the person who clears it out.
It is. But I think I will turn in not my threat card, my research card in place of magic
Okay.
in order to satisfy the,
Oh, you're doing this
the
one?
need. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Why?
Okay, no, that's good.
Okay. So I'll do that. And then this just gets
Off
discarded.
it goes.
All right. So that's me.
All right, I'm taking my my services and we're going to necessities again. So
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
get food and a gem, please.
Well, you have to pay your tax.
I do have to pay my
first.
tax. Yes.
I
thank
was
you.
watching
Thank
this
you,
time.
Thank you.
So you're choosing the food and gem.
Yeah, and the food, honestly, I'm just gonna spend it on the needs of the city. So
Okay.
there we go.
We'll go ahead and
Boom.
place your influence marker. We
And
did great
boom.
here.
We did,
We've met all the city's needs.
Mm-hmm.
So now it is back to me, and I think I'm gonna go to the lighthouse. I don't have enough.
You're going to you're doing the lighthouse site or
the lighthouse site. Oh, that's a good spot.
Yeah, book
the
in
Library of
Finland.
Olander. You know what? I'm going to go there instead.
You going here?
Yeah, because I do still have a coin.
Okay.
So I could go to the trade routes. Yeah, I'll go there. So what does the library do? It's
A book, so you get to draw 2 because of your ability,
Yes.
plus 1 vote.
2 research cards, and I get to cast my last vote,
Cast your vote.
which will be...
You're voting for that, huh?
I voted for the City Renovation. So this is the one that says, if passed, we spend 3 coins from the coffers.
My coins.
And the leader chooses a location, gets to upgrade it for free. That's great.
That's points.
Okay, I will keep this card, and this one will go off. Yes.
Okay.
And, you know, I just realized that I spent a card, but we haven't actually showed what any of the research cards looks like.
Yeah, sure.
Just in case you're wondering, this is an example of one. This is the one that I discarded called Forewarning. And this says you can play the research card to arrest a cultist numbered 1 to 18, just drawn from the bag. So that cultist does not take effect. So you don't add a new threat or wherever the cultist was going to go. You can
Right.
basically say, nope, it doesn't get added.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm going to go to the tumbles, and I'm going to grab 2 coins, please.
2 coins?
Yeah, 2 coins. Real simple.
All right, there you go. That was 2 coins or a vote. You
2 coins or a
sacrificed a vote. Interesting.
I did.
Okay, well, I promised to fulfill the first 2 levels of that lighthouse
So you can
because
do
I'm
this and
assuming
this.
you'll be able to cap it. So I'm going to go to the trade routes to do this. I have to spend a coin.
Yep.
And I'll be able to do 2 shipments. The bottom one, which requires a gem,
Okay.
and the middle one that requires
these
2
two.
stones.
So you're going to do, so you're going to get 10 points total. 1 and 2 go on top.
Yes.
there you
So
go.
22 goes to
Ooh.
32. All
like
right.
that at all.
Well, you're gonna get 6
I'll get 6,
for the
yeah.
last one. So that's nice.
Yeesh.
But that is it for me. So it is back to you.
Okay. Okay, first time we're going to do this in the game, I'm going to improve a location so that I can score some victory points. So we are going to
Nice.
send Jade to improve a location.
Okay.
And I'm going to do a tier 1 because I only have 1 stone. So 1 stone and 2 coins.
Okay. So it's more expensive the
It is more
higher
expensive,
the location
yeah.
is.
It's like I could afford a tier 3, but honestly, I do not want to spend these gems.
And you want to upgrade the location that you're gonna want to use, or you think I'm gonna use, right?
Yeah, I don't know what you're going to use, but you know,
Okay. Which
it's worth
location
victory
is it?
points. It's going to be number 8.
Number 8.
So we're going to flip that over.
So this gets flipped over,
And
and
I become the patron there.
it's an option. You don't have to.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
Might as well.
So now, anytime I use location 8, Naveen is going to get a coin.
I will. So this one, you can spend a coin for those books.
Yeah.
Discard a book, and then I would get a coin.
It's just a better version of the location previously.
Previously, yep.
So before, you could spend 1 coin to gain 1 research card, or you can spend 2 coins to gain 1 magic. Now you can spend 1 coin for 2 research cards, though you have to discard 1. So it's basically my ability.
Your ability, yeah.
And 1 coin for 1 magic.
Yeah, I'm really doing it for the victory points more than anything because I can't really tell where you're going to go. But anyway, these are
Oh, yes.
all out. And so
you.
let me get myself 4 points. So 30.
4
5.
points for a tier 1. If it's a tier 2, it's 6.
Yep.
And a tier 3 is 8. Very good. Congratulations. You
Thanks.
have improved. I was thinking about improving a location. It is a bit expensive. So you're kind of thinking, I either do that or this or that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
You can't do
Just
it
trying
all.
to get some points.
All right. I really need some money.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go to the fishing fleet and take 2 coins. It's probably the best spot to gain money right now.
Pretty good.
All right. Back to you.
Okay, so I think I do want to cap this off because it will give me 6 points and I have the things necessary now. So let's go ahead and send out Vela to the trade routes. It's going to cost me 1 coin, my last coin.
Very nice.
And then essentially what I'm going to be able to do is supply the last piece of the lighthouse here. So it's going to be food. I don't know what we're doing with this arrested cultist, but apparently they're going to be part of the structure somehow.
Oh,
and a
interesting.
gem as well. So
Okay. So
these
the
all
cultist
go
will
out.
discard it. And
So let's
build
cap
it.
this thing off. Boom. So 5 plus my ability, which gives me 1 more. So it's going to be 6 more points. So to 41.
41.
There we go.
Nice. You're
And
crushing
then
it
I
right now.
take this into my possession.
Yes, you will build it soon.
Mm-hmm.
Please build it on a need that's difficult to meet.
Sure.
All right. So back to me for my final turn. I've been wanting to take this action. I don't really need to. I guess I could arrest that cultist.
Get him.
Do you think I should just do that?
Yeah, get him.
If I go here, I gain a bunch of research cards. I really want to gain some research cards.
Okay.
So I'm going to go here and I'm going to spend, I have to spend 1 in taxes.
Taxes.
Through the
There we go.
coffers. Okay. Here is Han's bookstore.
Okay.
And I can either do 2 votes or I can spend a magic to gain a cult influence and 5 victory points.
you're not
Or
gonna do,
what
yeah.
I'm going to do is trading in a threat card for 3 research cards.
3 research
Which
cards, which is 4
means-
for you.
Yeah, I
Minus
gain
1.
4 and I have to discard 1. 3, 4. So that's really nice
It's a lot of
because
magic for you.
it's magic, you know? All right, I will go ahead and discard this one.
Perfect.
So
You got a lot of magic in your
I
hands.
do.
Yeah.
I have a lot of magic. And this one's mine too?
Yep.
Okay. All right, well, it goes back to you for your final turn.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to spend Pip, my last worker, go to space number 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to do low garrison. This is the first time I think we're doing this in the game, this bottom portion.
Mm-hmm.
It's gain a coin and move one of those markers on the threat to a different threat card.
Oh, so
So
you're going to spread it.
shift it over.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with that.
Naveen, you have been very helpful.
I've been doing well. Yeah.
You really have.
For the town.
You've been
for the
taking
city.
actions that are serving everybody, and I'm doing this.
You're stealing 3 from
So
my coffer.
I
So
am.
You're literally, instead of me gaining 3, I'm going to gain 1.
Yeah. Oh, well, that is the end of the phase. So shall we go into Night's Fall?
Yes.
All right, first we're going to resolve the city needs. Neither of us have any sentries yet, so it's still 1 point per.
So I get 3.
So you get 3. So you're going to go to 44,
You get 2.
and I get 2. So 1, 2.
Okay.
And then we'll go ahead
I'm
and
take
take these back. Do
two
not take back
Yeah, I'm not taking those
the
ones
lantern
back.
one.
There we go.
All right. Now we're going to resolve the docket. So the city renovation passes. So this one can get discarded, which
does
means
pass.
if passed, spend 3 coins from the coffers. Thank
Off
you,
they
Naveen.
go. That was
You are still
6 was in there now.
such a
it's
giver.
3. The 1 off though. So
The lead sponsor, who is me because I voted, chooses one location and upgrades it for free. So I think I'd like to upgrade a location that I think is going to be useful.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I'm going to upgrade the Seekers
yeah, I
Guild
probably should have done that.
because
That's a good one. Yeah.
this says you can now just gain a research card by going there. I could. Oh, I don't have any influence.
You can find some later.
Yeah, I guess I'll just leave it there, and if I need to remove it, then I'll make
you
that
can pluck
decision
it off. Yeah.
later.
Yep.
But there you go.
Well done.
That is
The order is complete.
that's a docket, and I think I get the 4 points for that.
Yes.
I'm assuming
I would
I
imagine
do.
you do. Yep.
So I apologize if not, but I went for the lower points anyway.
You did.
All right, so let's go ahead and build the lighthouse. The lighthouse is fully constructed.
Fully constructed.
So
off this goes.
Those go off. You can place this now.
Okay.
on a
Here, I'll
city
just
need.
give you a seeker now because they
Thank
were
you.
hanging out on
Yes,
there.
they're supposed
So
to
this
go-
is going to go
back.
out, and then the last one. Here
Yeah,
we
let
go.
me see. Can I just see the back of the
Yeah,
card
sure,
first?
yeah.
They all have this back artwork. This is the lighthouse. Wow.
That's it.
Okay. So we have Hallstatt over here.
Hallstatt. Okay. Very good.
It's 222. So it's a
Ooh.
combination of things. We need food this time.
Food, huh?
And now we have Irma's Apothecary. You gain a research card and you can remove a trouble token from one threat.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's pretty nice.
Very good. Okay. So where do I want to put this on top of? Let's just go ahead and put it on top of this. That way you can spend your magic,
Okay.
your card magic. There
Yeah,
you
that's
go.
pretty
And then I'm
nice.
going to go
I
ahead
do
and
have
I'll put this on.
You're going to put that there?
Yeah, might as well.
Wow. Okay. And now we resolve the cultists. So no cult influence. They are not dealing any damage, but we do have a leftover cult. So they do actually deal damage to our current one.
Yeah. So
So
we're 1/3 of the way of that being just completely destroyed.
yes,
So,
we place
there
a
we go.
token on there. And if at the end of a round, an unconstructed lighthouse has at least 3 of those, then it gets destroyed.
Yep.
They also score 5 victory points.
do,
So
yeah.
there's not a huge risk here.
Yeah, we're okay with
because
them. Yeah.
we've been scoring, but there's that. And finally, let's take back our workers.
Yep.
And you are going to be the
I'll be going first.
next first player.
Okay. Thanks.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank
That's
you.
actually quite nice for voting.
It is. Yeah. That tiebreaker. Yeah.
All right, so let's move into the next round, starting with Sun's Rise again. So I'm going to gain a coin. And are there coffers?
Yeah, I get 1 coin out of it, so
Yeah.
it's half rounding down.
Very nice. Let's gain 2
Oh yeah.
decree cards.
What do
So
we
what
got?
are we voting
What
on?
are we voting on? All right,
this
we have an
round?
election and an order. Okay. Election. When passed, the city needs are increased by 1 gem. At Sun's Rise, each round, this card owner gains magic.
Oh, okay.
Okay. This one, the order. If passed, each player gains 3 coins. Afterwards, add 1 coin to the city needs. That is actually not bad.
That's not bad.
At all. Yeah.
Maybe we want to,
Let that win.
yeah, let that
Yeah.
one win because we both win there. Okay. Let's unleash the cult. Wow, no cult leaders.
2,
this whole
7,
time.
17.
2, 7, and 17.
Okay, so 2 is going to get another token.
Okay, so 2 is here.
Yeah.
And We place a token on Herd of Monsters.
7 is going to go here, and we'll take another token on there.
Good thing you moved it.
I know.
Good job.
And then, yeah, I know. And 17 is going to go there. So
Then
we get a card. What is it?
So this
Ooh,
is
it's
Riots. It needs 4 to trigger, but when it's triggered, you draw 3 cultists and place them in the city. Needs track. Then the cult gains 10 victory points. So those cultists will basically go into the city the round after.
That's a lot of tokens, though, to make that happen. So,
That
but that
is.
would be a problem if that came early. That would be really big.
It requires a lot
lot,
of trouble tokens.
Okay.
So, all right, let's go ahead and take actions. So, starting with, is it you now?
It's me. Okay, I'm going to send out Loke all the way up here and pay some heavy taxes.
Whoa.
2 coins. So 1,
Okay.
2. And then I'm going to take double food, double stone.
So 2 food,
2 food,
2 food, and
2 stone.
2 food, 2 stone.
Of which one of these foods is going to go back to the city needs. And then we're just going to go ahead and place this on top.
Very good.
Just like that.
So you have 2 food.
2 stone.
You have everything for the first 2.
I do.
Do you have everything? Do you have a magic?
I don't have a magic.
Well, that's all you need to do all 3. That'd be 18 points.
I know.
That's so
I know.
bad. That's terrible. Oh, that's bad.
For who?
The
Are you going
writing's
to turn
on the
cultist?
wall. Huh?
Are you going to turn cultist?
It's too late. We suppressed the cultists way too much, and they didn't score anything. So,
Yes.
well, let me just take a look at my research cards. All right. Well, before I take my turn, I'm going to play one of my research cards. This is this humble merc. And
Okay.
this says play before you play a worker, and that worker gains the noble and merchant skills for this turn. So that means I'm going to go ahead and place out this worker.
Okay.
And the merchant skill says when played, you do not pay taxes.
Yep.
The noble skill says I can send them out to a location that has another worker.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wait, it's noble merchant may be played in the same space as another worker, though not a cultist.
Right.
So I could
So
not.
you're
put on
going
a
where I
cultist.
was at.
Yeah, I'm going to Lynn's.
What are you doing there?
And I'm going to take the same combination, the 2 food.
2 food and 2.
Yeah, 2 food, 2 stone.
What are you doing?
Yeah, that's it. So this gets discarded. That is now out,
Well,
and it goes back to you.
well. Then I guess I'm gonna have to do it early. I was trying to do the clean sweep, but I don't think I can.
That's why I went there. I don't want you to do a clean sweep.
Yeah. So
That's going to be too much.
because if I don't, you have now enough to do at least this bottom, and then it's like
Yeah.
now I'd have to grind for the magic, which I
Right.
don't have to worry about now. So
I don't have a gem.
You don't have a gem, but you would take away this one that I have. So, okay, I will go to the lighthouse site, and I'm going to do the bottom, which is stone and food, and then the middle, which is gem and food. So 4 of those all go out. So
Okay.
we are going to construct the bottom and the middle. And then for me, that's going to be 6 each. So it's
Yep.
going to be 12.
12
So
points.
plus 2. So we're at 06. There's a token off to the side.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
There you go. You have crossed,
I've crossed the 50 barrier. Boom.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Done?
That's it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and send out my guard to this spot,
Okay.
location 2. So I'm going to arrest the cultist. So I gain 2 points.
Okay.
And now I get to take an action there. And I think I'm going to do, let's see, I have 2 coins. I'll take a coin and a food.
Okay.
So, and I actually won't take the food. I'm going to leave it as a
City need.
need. I'm going to meet a city need.
Yeah, makes sense. Down here, right?
Oh, yes. Thank you. All right. That is me. So now it goes back to you.
Okay. So let's go ahead and just pick up some perps here. So I'm going to go to the tumbles, and we are going to, well, no, I need to go to 6, actually. Sorry. Oh, if I go to 6, you get something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I can go to 8.
I just get a vote. Like I would have to use my last
Yeah, okay. That's right.
one.
I
if
will.
want.
I will go there. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
You're right. And I'm gonna arrest number 7. So let's take this. I get 2 victory points. 1, 2.
Nice.
That's me.
All right, back to me. I'm going to send a basic worker to location 14.
Okay,
I have to
love
spend
taxis.
a tax to the coffers, and I gain a food and a gem.
Okay.
All right,
Food and gem.
food and gem. So back to you. Oh, actually, wait. I'm going to contribute that magic
With
to
your
the
card.
city needs. So I'm going to
Yep.
turn in my research card, and again, that is my ability as head of the Scholars Circle.
Okay. So you put your
And I'm going to place my
thing right there.
I
All right.
put
City
something there.
needs have been met.
city needs have been met.
Did it. Okay. I'm gonna go to the tumbles, and I'm just gonna grab myself 2 coins, please.
2 coins. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think maybe I will go and complete the shipment,
Okay,
right?
you're
Let's
gonna
just
do it.
ensure that
Yeah.
this is happening. So I'm going to
Right.
the trade routes. I have to spend a coin. And in order to build the lighthouse, I have to turn in a cultist
Criminal.
again.
Yeah.
Oh, and a magic.
Which is a card from you, right?
Oh.
I figured you're doing that.
Wait, I can't do it yet.
Oh.
I can't do it yet. I'm not
Okay.
sure which cultist it
Okay.
was, but I'll take that. And I gain my coin back. Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't afford to spend my cards.
Really?
Yeah. Instead, I'm going to try to gain more magic because I can't spend the cards in my hand. So I'm going to location 8.
I am the patron here.
You are the patron. You gain a coin.
It worked out.
There you go.
There you go.
I'm going to spend a coin to gain 2 research cards, and I have to discard 1, but really I'll draw 3 and discard 2.
Okay.
Right? 2, 3. That's
Sure.
that's right math on that.
Yeah, I think so.
Draw 3, discard 2.
Hmm.
Okay, I'll discard these 2,
Okay.
and I'll just keep this 1. So I have a total of 3 cards.
3.
All right, back to you.
Whoa. Okay. That means I had more time to cap that. I was not trying to get magic, thinking that you were just going to do it the second I grabbed magic. I guess you could have done it.
Yeah, I thought I was going to do it then too.
Yeah.
But I realized that I didn't have enough cards in my hand. I need my cards.
You
and I
need
didn't
your cards?
calculate them. Yeah.
What do you got in there?
You'll
in
see.
your hand? Uh-oh. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and get myself some stone. So let's just go to this spot here.
Okay.
All right.
Isabel's Emporium.
Yes, and then can I have just 1 stone in Isabel's Emporium?
1 stone.
Thank you.
There you go. All right. Well, I am going to go to the trade routes finally, and I'm going to cap off the lighthouse. So I'm spending my coin,
Okay.
and I have to spend the cultist. And you know what? I did all that for naught because I think I still miscalculated my cards at the end of the day. I was going to try to complete both of these.
Both?
Yeah, but I just realized that I have to spend a card for that magic. And the card was going to give me the second gem that I needed for that. Okay.
Oh, gotcha.
So I'm going to spend this card.
Okay, what did the card say? You want to
place.
show some more
The
cards?
Lucky Jade Cat. Play
Okay.
this card face up in front of you during your turn. During Sun's Rise each round, you may make 1 trade. 2 coins for 3 victory points.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So you're basically buying.
That'd be nice for
5
the head
points.
of a church.
Well, the top of the lighthouse.
All
is
right, there you
built.
go. You did it. So, boom,
Hooray.
you did that. So you get 5 points, and then you get possession of this.
45, thank you.
There you go.
Yay. So that means the game will end at the end of this round.
Mm-hmm.
So we do still finish out the round, but by the end of it, 3 lighthouses would have been constructed.
Right. Okay, I assumed at some point you were going to do that, so I didn't try to grind my way to get a magic, especially since you have that ability with the cards. So what I've been doing is I want to improve a location. I'm going to go over here, and I collected stone.
Nice.
I collected coins, and so now I have everything I need to do a tier 2 upgrade
Nice.
to improve. So let's go ahead and honestly, because it's just going to end, it doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to go ahead and flip over this 9.
Okay.
And then this is just going to be,
market gate?
the market gate. And I did upside down. And it's going to be worth 6 points. So we go from 8 to 14, so which is
Very
64.
good. And in case you're curious, the original market gate lets you do 1 vote and gains you a stone. And you can, you can spend a sentry for a cult influence and 10 victory
Yeah.
points. And the new one gives you the option now for
Mm-hmm.
either a vote and a stone or a coin and a gem. Wow, a coin and a gem.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I'm assuming you're not going to be the patron. Well, I guess there's no.
Yeah, why not?
no risk, right?
I don't think you're going there, but, it just
Yeah.
looks nice.
Okay, well, it is back to me for my final turn, and I am going to thwart off this threat. I have the 2 stone and one of my cards. This is the friendly alchemist is what I was going to use to gain the second gem to be able to do the mothling frenzy as well. But anywho, I'm using that for magic.
Magic. Okay.
Place of magic.
So 2 stone and magic.
Yeah, 2 stone and magic, and
Gonna
in
be worth, what,
return,
8 points?
I gain 8 points. So at least I'm going to cross the 50.
You are going to cross the 50. So you go to 45, 53. So you get your little token as well.
Nice. Yay. I'm in the club. Okay. And you know what? I think I played this out of order. Are you done with actions?
Yeah, I have no more actions.
Okay, since
Yeah.
the game is ending, do you mind if I just play this?
Sure.
This is the card that I
Does
was
it
going to
hurt
use
me?
to move my. This doesn't affect you at all.
Oh, okay, good.
To move my seeker to another location here because this is Scarlet Tonic. Play at the start of your turn.
So, okay, before
So
you move the
I
seeker-
should have.
Okay.
I should have played my seeker first and then this worker.
Okay.
To really make it worth the while, I guess.
Combo-tastic.
Yeah, it says instead of playing a worker, pick up one of your workers already in play and then play it in a different space. So do you mind if I just go there?
Sure.
Gain 1 victory point.
Do you have the taxes?
I don't have to pay taxes.
Oh, you don't have to pay taxes. Yeah, you're
because
good.
Naz is a merchant.
There you go.
Yay!
a victory point.
54.
So you went to the Glory Plaza to finish
Yes.
off. What a way to showboat
Yeah.
over there. We built a third lighthouse, and you gained a victory point there. Very nice.
All right, so let's move into Night's Fall. We're going to score some points for the city needs. Naveen, you have 3.
So I go to 67, and then you have 2. So you go to 56.
Very good. So these get removed. We're going to resolve the docket. Did either of us vote?
Nobody voted.
Nobody voted. Okay.
We were apathetic.
Well, neither of them were crises.
Nope.
So no penalty.
No worries, no worries.
No penalty
Okay, very good.
occurs. Okay, so then we're just going through the motions really, but let's build the final lighthouse.
Sure, this one's built.
Right?
So off they go.
Off they
and
go.
Well, let's just flip it face up. There it is. It looks nice. Yeah.
Very
Look
good.
at that art.
Was this the third one?
That was the third one.
This is the third one.
Feel
Here.
free. Put it on a
On the magic space?
magic space.
There you
Yeah,
go.
there you go. You were the queen of magic.
Now, we would still resolve the cults because players may have cult influence here. Now, we didn't focus on it
Not at
because in a 2-player game, we sort of agreed to not go down the cult track, but especially in higher player counts, that might occur.
Definitely,
And
yeah.
each player will lose a victory point for each of those tokens. But that is it. That is essentially the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, sometimes there are some extra endgame scoring criteria, such as on specific decrees.
Yep.
But in this case, I believe all the points are out. So it looks like the final scores are Naveen with 67
yeah.
to me with 56.
56, yeah.
So Naveen is the winner. You
I
are
did.
the
I got the light.
you are the winner today.
I get the key to the city.
Yes, good
Yeah,
job.
the
You
big-
contributed the most. So well done.
There we go. Thank you.
Well, there you go. That is a 2-player game of Kinfire Council. Now, at higher player counts, some things will be a little bit different. Players will have fewer workers.
Yeah, so that means you're not going to be the one that's going to acquire the resources and just go it alone. So sometimes there's going to be a lot more push and pull.
Right.
And then also with the decrees that were coming out, there will be a little bit more political kind of voting on that one in
Right.
particular.
And you always put out 2 decree cards per round, regardless of the player count, as well as the minimum 3 cultists. So you'll also have just more people around the table that'll help with all of it. Now, one thing that we didn't get to demonstrate is we never pulled out either of the cultist leaders.
Right.
There are 2 of these in the bag, and each time you pull one out, they damage the lighthouse and score points. And as soon as you pull both of them out, then you reset the entire bag. So that is when these chits would go back into the bag,
Yeah,
as
not-
well as any that players haven't spent.
Exactly. Yeah, I was going to say not only the ones that are in here, but the ones that you've been hoarding to try to do something good with, they would
Yeah.
also go back in the bag.
Right. And we also didn't acquire any sentries. And so they're very helpful in gaining you more points for the city needs. So getting them early is useful. And upgrading some of the other locations. Now, in higher player counts, you'll also have more people who will help do that. And the patron bonuses are going to be a little bit more dynamic as well.
yeah.
But some of the upgraded locations allow you to flip over the shady dealer to the black market. So that does change the exchange rate. And we never really visited the shady dealer either. But there you go. That is Kinfire Council.
Well, thank you all so much for watching the video. We hope you found it helpful. If you are interested in this game, it is currently on Kickstarter, so there is a link in the description down below that you can check out at your leisure. If you have any questions about anything you saw here, feel free to leave them in the comments and we'll try to get back to you as soon as we can. Once again, thank you all so much for watching the video. If you'd like to see more videos like this in the future, please consider subscribing.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.